Ibrahim Pasha's story is one of immense ambition, loyalty, and an eventual tragic fall, a tale that has echoed through history as a reminder of the perils of power and trust. Born into humble beginnings in the small coastal town of Parga, Greece, Ibrahim could never have imagined the heights he would reach in the grandeur of the Ottoman Empire. Yet, through fate and sheer brilliance, he rose to become the Grand Vizier, the most trusted companion of Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent, and one of the most influential figures in the empire's history. The Ottoman Empire, during Ibrahim's lifetime, was at its zenith, a sprawling dominion stretching across 3 continents. This was the era of Suleiman's golden reign, a period marked by breathtaking conquests, monumental architectural achievements, and an empire governed by intellect and vision. Amid this splendor stood Ibrahim Pasha, the man often referred to as Suleiman's other half, a trusted confidant who shared in his master's ambitions and worked tirelessly to fulfill them. Ibrahim's meteoric rise began when he caught the attention of young Suleiman, who saw in him not just intelligence but also a rare spark of loyalty. The bond they forged as friends soon became one of ruler and advisor, with Suleiman entrusting Ibrahim with some of the empire's most critical decisions. This trust catapulted Ibrahim into roles of increasing importance, culminating in his appointment as Grand Vizier, a position that made him second only to the Sultan. But the road to power was not without its challenges. Ibrahim was an outsider in the Ottoman court, a Greek by birth and a former Christian. His ascension was a testament to the meritocratic ideals that defined much of the Ottoman administration. Yet, it also sowed seeds of resentment among his rivals, who viewed his rapid rise with suspicion and envy. As Grand Vizier, Ibrahim's contributions to the Ottoman Empire were monumental. He restructured the administration, streamlined governance, and played a pivotal role in many of the empire's military triumphs. His diplomatic skills were unmatched, and his efforts ensured that the Ottoman Empire maintained its dominance on the global stage. But with power came peril, and Ibrahim's unprecedented influence over Suleiman began to draw whispers of discontent in the palace corridors. His story is not just one of achievements but also of vulnerability, of how a man who was once indispensable could fall victim to court intrigues, jealousy, and shifting loyalties. Ibrahim's life is a poignant reminder that in the world of politics and power, even the brightest stars can burn out. His rise and fall continue to captivate historians, offering lessons about the fragility of trust, the weight of ambition, and the cost of betrayal. In this journey, we will delve deep into the life of Ibrahim Pasha, tracing his humble beginnings, his role in shaping the Ottoman Empire's golden age, and the tragic end that continues to spark debate centuries later. This is a tale of loyalty and loss, of vision and vanity, of a man who stood at the pinnacle of power only to be brought down by its shadows. Stay with us as we uncover the extraordinary life of the man history remembers as Pargali Ibrahim Pasha. Ibrahim Pasha's story begins in Parga, a small coastal town in what is now Greece. Born around 1493 into a modest Christian family, Ibrahim's early life was unremarkable by any measure. He was the son of a fisherman, and his childhood was likely spent in the simplicity of a rural seaside life. Yet, destiny had plans for him far beyond the shores of Parga. The young Ibrahim possessed qualities that would eventually distinguish him: a sharp intellect, a charismatic personality, and an insatiable curiosity about the world. His life took a dramatic turn when, as a young boy, he was taken as part of the devshirme system. This Ottoman practice, though controversial, sought to recruit talented Christian boys for the service of the empire. They were converted to Islam, educated rigorously, and often placed in significant positions within the Ottoman administration. For Ibrahim, this marked the beginning of an extraordinary journey. Taken to the capital, he was introduced to the refined culture, discipline, and grandeur of the Ottoman court. Ibrahim's talents quickly set him apart from his peers. He excelled in various disciplines, including languages, music, and statecraft, earning him a place among the most promising of the Sultan's wards. It was during this formative period that he caught the attention of a young prince named Suleiman, who would later become Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent. The bond between Ibrahim and Suleiman was instantaneous. Their shared interests and mutual respect laid the foundation for an enduring friendship. Ibrahim's charm and intelligence complemented Suleiman's ambition and vision, and the two became inseparable. They shared conversations about philosophy, governance, and the arts, and Suleiman began to see Ibrahim not just as a confidant but as an intellectual equal. When Suleiman ascended the throne in 1520, his trust in Ibrahim grew even deeper. Recognizing Ibrahim's capabilities, Suleiman elevated him to prominent positions within the court. Unlike many of his contemporaries, Ibrahim had no noble lineage or political connections. His rise was solely due to merit and the Sultan's unwavering faith in him. This meritocracy was emblematic of Suleiman's reign and reflected the Ottoman Empire's ability to recognize and nurture talent, irrespective of background. As Ibrahim rose through the ranks, he remained a steadfast companion to Suleiman. He became the Sultan's trusted advisor and was often involved in critical decisions. Their relationship was marked by an almost brotherly bond, and Ibrahim's influence within the palace was unparalleled. He became not just an advisor but a key figure in shaping the policies and direction of the empire. One of the most notable aspects of Ibrahim's early career was his ability to navigate the complexities of court politics. The Ottoman court was a hotbed of intrigue, with rival factions vying for influence. As a foreign-born outsider, Ibrahim faced skepticism and resentment, but his intelligence and charm won over even his staunchest critics. As the Sultan's confidence in him grew, so did his responsibilities. Ibrahim was appointed as the falconer-in-chief, a seemingly modest position but one that granted him close proximity to Suleiman. Over time, he was entrusted with more significant roles, eventually being named Grand Vizier, the highest administrative office in the empire. The trust between Ibrahim and Suleiman was so profound that the Sultan often referred to him as his brother. This title was not just a formality, it reflected the deep personal and professional bond they shared. Ibrahim's loyalty to Suleiman was unwavering, and he devoted himself entirely to the Sultan's vision for the empire. Despite his rise to power, Ibrahim remained humble and mindful of his roots. He was known for his generosity and fairness, traits that earned him the respect of both the court and the common people. His early experiences in Parga had instilled in him a sense of empathy, and he often advocated for policies that benefited the empire's diverse population. The friendship between Ibrahim and Suleiman was one of the defining features of the early years of Suleiman's reign. It was a partnership built on mutual respect, shared ideals, and a common vision for the Ottoman Empire. Ibrahim's contributions during this period were instrumental in laying the groundwork for the empire's golden age, and his influence would continue to grow as he took on greater responsibilities. As we move forward, we will see how this remarkable bond between Ibrahim and Suleiman would shape the course of the Ottoman Empire. However, it would also set the stage for a tragic turn of events, as the complexities of power and loyalty began to test their relationship in unforeseen ways. Ibrahim Pasha's appointment as Grand Vizier in 1523 marked a turning point not only in his life but in the history of the Ottoman Empire. Entrusted with the highest administrative office, Ibrahim became the Sultan's right-hand man, tasked with implementing policies that would expand and solidify the empire's power. His tenure as Grand Vizier is remembered for its bold vision, transformative reforms, and remarkable diplomatic and military achievements. Yet, it also sowed the seeds of envy and discord, which would ultimately lead to his tragic downfall. When Suleiman the Magnificent elevated Ibrahim to this esteemed position, it was an unprecedented move. Traditionally, the role of Grand Vizier was given to individuals from established noble families or those with decades of experience in Ottoman administration. Ibrahim, on the other hand, was a man of humble origins, a former slave who had risen through the ranks purely on merit. His appointment was a testament to Suleiman's trust in him and a reflection of the Sultan's belief in meritocracy. One of Ibrahim's first tasks as Grand Vizier was to reorganize the Ottoman administration. He introduced measures to streamline governance, ensuring that the empire's vast and diverse territories were effectively managed. Ibrahim's policies emphasized efficiency and accountability, which helped to reduce corruption and increase revenue. His reforms were particularly impactful in the provinces, where local administrators were often left unchecked. By introducing regular audits and appointing loyal officials, Ibrahim ensured that the Sultan's authority was felt across the empire. Ibrahim's influence extended beyond the administrative sphere. He was deeply involved in the empire's military affairs, often accompanying Suleiman on campaigns and advising him on strategy. His military acumen was evident in several key victories, including the conquest of Rhodes in 1522 and the Battle of Mohacs in 1526. As Grand Vizier, Ibrahim played a crucial role in coordinating the logistics of these campaigns, ensuring that the Ottoman army was well supplied and well organized. His ability to manage resources effectively was one of the reasons for the empire's military success during this period. Perhaps one of Ibrahim's most enduring legacies as Grand Vizier was his diplomatic prowess. He recognized that the Ottoman Empire's position as a superpower required careful navigation of international relations. Ibrahim fostered alliances with European powers, including France and Venice, while maintaining a strong stance against the Habsburgs. He also cultivated relationships with the Safavid Empire and other neighboring states, using a combination of diplomacy and strategic marriages to secure the empire's borders. One of the most striking examples of Ibrahim's diplomatic skills was his negotiation with King Francis I of France. In 1526, Francis sought Ottoman support against the Habsburgs after being captured by Charles V. Ibrahim seized this opportunity to position the Ottoman Empire as a key player in European politics. The resulting Franco-Ottoman alliance was a diplomatic masterstroke, as it not only weakened the Habsburgs but also established the Ottomans as a force to be reckoned with in Europe. Despite his remarkable achievements, Ibrahim's tenure as Grand Vizier was not without controversy. His rapid rise to power and close relationship with Suleiman made him a target of jealousy and suspicion within the court. Many viewed him as an outsider who had overstepped his bounds, and his influence over the Sultan was a source of resentment among the Ottoman elite. Ibrahim's title, Saraskar Sultan, meaning Sultan's commander-in-chief, further fueled these tensions, as it implied a status equal to that of the Sultan. Ibrahim's growing power and ambition also led to accusations of arrogance. He commissioned grandiose projects, including his lavish palace in Istanbul, which rivaled even the Sultan's Topkapi Palace. His ostentatious displays of wealth were seen as a challenge to the Sultan's authority, and his detractors used this to turn public opinion against him. The palace, while an architectural marvel, became a symbol of Ibrahim's hubris and the widening gap between him and the Sultan. Another source of tension was Ibrahim's handling of the empire's religious affairs. As a former Christian convert, Ibrahim was often viewed with suspicion by the ulema, Islamic scholars, and conservative factions within the court. His progressive policies, which sought to modernize the empire and promote tolerance, were met with resistance. Ibrahim's efforts to integrate non-Muslims into the Ottoman administration, while forward-thinking, were controversial and alienated some of his peers. Despite these challenges, Ibrahim remained steadfast in his loyalty to Suleiman. He saw himself as a servant of the empire, dedicated to advancing its interests and preserving its legacy. However, the very qualities that made him an effective Grand Vizier, his ambition, intellect, and independence, also made him a threat in the eyes of his enemies. The court became a hotbed of intrigue, with factions conspiring to undermine him and sowing seeds of doubt in Suleiman's mind. Ibrahim's tenure as Grand Vizier is often described as a golden era for the Ottoman Empire. Under his leadership, the empire reached new heights of power and prestige. His administrative reforms laid the groundwork for efficient governance, while his diplomatic and military successes ensured the empire's dominance on the world stage. Yet, his story is also a cautionary tale about the perils of power and the fragility of trust. As we delve deeper into Ibrahim's life, we will explore how his relationship with Suleiman evolved and how the pressures of leadership and betrayal ultimately led to his tragic end. For now, Ibrahim Pasha stands as a towering figure in Ottoman history, a man whose vision and leadership shaped an empire but whose ambition and the intrigue of the court would seal his fate. Ibrahim Pasha's tenure as Grand Vizier is marked by extraordinary diplomatic achievements that solidified the Ottoman Empire's standing as a global superpower. As a master strategist and negotiator, Ibrahim's diplomatic endeavors were not only instrumental in expanding the empire's territorial reach but also in strengthening its political, economic, and military alliances. His efforts brought the Ottoman Empire into the heart of European politics, reshaped the balance of power, and ensured the empire's supremacy for decades. One of Ibrahim's most notable diplomatic successes was his role in the Franco-Ottoman alliance. At a time when Europe was embroiled in conflicts between the Habsburgs and France, Ibrahim recognized the opportunity to position the Ottoman Empire as a decisive force. In 1526, King Francis I of France, defeated and imprisoned by Charles V of the Holy Roman Empire, sought help from the Ottoman Sultan. Ibrahim, acting as Suleiman the Magnificent's trusted envoy, saw this as a chance to weaken the Habsburgs, the Ottomans, main European rivals, while forging a strategic partnership with France. Through careful negotiation, Ibrahim secured an alliance that was groundbreaking in its implications. The Franco-Ottoman alliance was one of the first formal agreements between a Muslim empire and a Christian kingdom. It established a mutual defense pact, facilitated trade agreements, and allowed French merchants access to the Ottoman markets under favorable conditions. This alliance not only strengthened the Ottoman economy but also weakened the Habsburgs' grip on Europe, shifting the balance of power in favor of the Ottomans. The alliance endured for centuries, a testament to Ibrahim's foresight and diplomatic acumen. Beyond Europe, Ibrahim's diplomatic reach extended to the Safavid Empire, the Ottomans' eastern rival. While the relationship between the two empires was marked by military conflict, Ibrahim recognized the importance of managing this rivalry through diplomacy as well. He pursued a dual strategy of confrontation and negotiation, using military pressure to force the Safavids to the table while leveraging treaties to secure Ottoman dominance in the region. His efforts culminated in the Treaty of Amasya in 1555, which, though signed after his death, was built on the groundwork laid during his tenure. Ibrahim also played a crucial role in fostering relationships with Venice and other maritime powers in the Mediterranean. Recognizing the strategic importance of controlling trade routes, Ibrahim negotiated treaties that ensured the Ottomans' dominance in maritime commerce. He granted trade privileges to Venetian merchants, which not only boosted the Ottoman economy but also created a network of allies in the region. These agreements ensured a steady flow of revenue and resources to the empire, fueling its expansion and strengthening its naval capabilities. Another hallmark of Ibrahim's diplomatic approach was his emphasis on cultural diplomacy. He understood that power was not only wielded through armies and treaties but also through the exchange of ideas, art, and culture. Under his guidance, the Ottoman court became a hub of cultural interaction, attracting scholars, artists, and diplomats from across the world. This cultural diplomacy enhanced the empire's soft power, projecting an image of sophistication and inclusivity that complemented its military and political might. Ibrahim's ability to navigate the complex web of alliances and rivalries was not without challenges. His close relationship with European powers, particularly France, drew criticism from conservative factions within the Ottoman court. Many viewed his willingness to engage with Christian rulers as a betrayal of Islamic values, and his detractors used this to fuel suspicion about his loyalty. Despite these challenges, Ibrahim remained committed to his vision of a strong, interconnected empire, believing that diplomacy was the key to securing its future. One of Ibrahim's most innovative diplomatic strategies was his use of marriage alliances to strengthen the empire's position. He arranged strategic marriages between Ottoman princesses and influential figures within the empire and abroad, ensuring loyalty and creating new avenues for collaboration. These alliances were not merely symbolic. They were carefully calculated moves designed to secure the empire's borders and foster unity among its diverse populations. However, Ibrahim's diplomatic achievements were not limited to forging alliances. He was also adept at managing conflicts and mitigating threats. When rebellions or disputes arose within the empire, Ibrahim often acted as a mediator, using his charisma and intellect to resolve tensions. His ability to balance firmness with diplomacy earned him respect and loyalty from those he dealt with, further consolidating his influence. Despite his successes, Ibrahim's diplomatic endeavors were not without controversy. His growing power and independence in decision-making led to tensions with Suleiman and other members of the court. His detractors accused him of overstepping his authority and prioritizing his interests over the empire's. These accusations, coupled with his ambitious nature, made him a target of jealousy and intrigue, ultimately contributing to his downfall. Ibrahim Pasha's diplomatic legacy is one of bold vision and strategic brilliance. His ability to navigate the complexities of international politics, foster alliances, and manage conflicts ensured the Ottoman Empire's dominance during a critical period in its history. His efforts not only expanded the empire's territorial and economic reach but also established it as a central player in global affairs. However, his story also serves as a reminder of the precarious nature of power and the challenges faced by those who wield it. As we delve deeper into Ibrahim's life and career, it becomes clear that his diplomatic achievements were not merely the result of ambition or skill but a reflection of his unwavering commitment to the empire. For Ibrahim, diplomacy was not just a tool of statecraft but a means of securing a legacy that would endure long after his time. And while his life ended in tragedy, his impact on the Ottoman Empire and the world stage remains undeniable. Ibrahim Pasha's contributions to the Ottoman Empire's military campaigns are a testament to his strategic genius and unwavering commitment to expanding and securing the empire's influence. As Grand Vizier, Ibrahim played a pivotal role in planning and executing some of the most significant military triumphs of Suleiman the Magnificent's reign. His military acumen, combined with his deep understanding of logistics, diplomacy, and battlefield tactics, helped shape the Ottoman Empire into a formidable global power. One of Ibrahim's earliest and most notable military achievements was his role in the Ottoman conquest of Hungary in 1526. The Battle of Mohacs stands as a defining moment in Ottoman history, and Ibrahim's contributions were critical to its success. As Suleiman prepared to confront the Kingdom of Hungary, Ibrahim meticulously organized the logistical aspects of the campaign, ensuring that the Ottoman forces were well supplied and coordinated. His foresight and planning allowed the Ottoman army to march efficiently across Europe, maintaining their strength for the decisive battle. At Mohacs, Ibrahim's role extended beyond logistical support. He was a key advisor to Suleiman on the battlefield. The Ottoman forces employed superior tactics, utilizing their well-trained janissaries and advanced artillery to devastating effect. The Hungarian army, despite their determination, was no match for the Ottomans' disciplined ranks and innovative strategies. The victory at Mohacs not only marked the collapse of the Hungarian kingdom but also opened the door for Ottoman expansion deeper into Europe. Ibrahim's contributions to this campaign solidified his reputation as a trusted and capable military leader. Following the conquest of Hungary, Ibrahim turned his attention to the Eastern Front, where the Safavid Empire posed a significant threat to Ottoman dominance. The Safavids, under Shah Tahmasp I, were a persistent rival, and their influence in the region challenged Ottoman control over critical trade routes and territories. Ibrahim's strategy for dealing with the Safavids was a combination of military force and psychological warfare. He led several campaigns into Safavid territory, employing a scorched earth policy to weaken their resources and morale. While direct confrontations with the Safavid army were limited, Ibrahim's tactics disrupted their ability to mount a cohesive defense, forcing them into a more defensive posture. One of Ibrahim's most ambitious military campaigns was the Siege of Rhodes in 1522. Although the siege predated his appointment as Grand Vizier, his involvement as a trusted lieutenant of Suleiman demonstrated his early military prowess. The island of Rhodes, controlled by the Knights of St. John, was a critical stronghold in the eastern Mediterranean. Its capture was essential for securing Ottoman naval dominance in the region. Ibrahim played a significant role in planning the siege, coordinating the deployment of troops and artillery, and ensuring the success of the Ottoman naval blockade. The eventual surrender of the Knights of St. John marked a major victory for the Ottomans and showcased Ibrahim's ability to execute complex military operations. Ibrahim's military achievements extended beyond land campaigns. He recognized the importance of naval power in maintaining Ottoman dominance and worked closely with the empire's admirals to expand and modernize the Ottoman fleet. Under his guidance, the Ottoman navy became a formidable force, capable of challenging European powers in the Mediterranean and beyond. His support for naval campaigns against the Habsburgs and Venetian fleets further secured Ottoman control over vital maritime trade routes, bolstering the empire's economy and strategic position. Another critical aspect of Ibrahim's military legacy was his emphasis on incorporating innovative technologies and tactics into the Ottoman armed forces. He was a proponent of using advanced artillery and firearms, which gave the Ottomans a significant advantage in battles against European and Eastern adversaries. His commitment to modernization ensured that the Ottoman military remained a step ahead of its rivals, capable of adapting to the changing nature of warfare. However, Ibrahim's military career was not without controversy. His successes on the battlefield and his close relationship with Suleiman earned him the admiration of many but also attracted jealousy and suspicion from others within the Ottoman court. His detractors accused him of overstepping his authority and using military campaigns to consolidate personal power. Despite these challenges, Ibrahim remained focused on his mission, viewing military success as a means of securing the empire's future and Suleiman's legacy. One of the most significant campaigns led by Ibrahim was the conquest of Belgrade in 1521. Belgrade, a strategic fortress city on the Danube River, was a critical gateway to Central Europe. Its capture was a long-standing goal of the Ottoman Empire, and Ibrahim's leadership was instrumental in achieving it. He coordinated the siege with precision, deploying Ottoman artillery to breach the city's formidable defenses. The fall of Belgrade not only enhanced Ottoman control over the Balkans but also sent a clear message to Europe about the empire's military might. Ibrahim's military campaigns were not limited to expansion. He also played a vital role in defending the empire's borders against external threats. When the Habsburgs launched counter-offensives to reclaim territories lost to the Ottomans, Ibrahim organized defensive campaigns that repelled their advances and reinforced Ottoman control. His ability to anticipate and counter enemy strategies earned him the respect of both his allies and adversaries. Despite his many successes, Ibrahim's military career ended in tragedy. His growing power and influence, combined with his perceived arrogance and independence, led to his eventual downfall. Suleiman, influenced by court intrigues and personal insecurities, ordered Ibrahim's execution in 1536. This loss was a devastating blow to the Ottoman military, as Ibrahim's leadership and vision had been instrumental in the empire's rise to power. The aftermath of Ibrahim's death highlighted the challenges of maintaining stability and continuity within the Ottoman administration. While the empire continued to achieve military successes under Suleiman, the loss of Ibrahim's strategic brilliance and diplomatic acumen left a void that was difficult to fill. His execution serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of power and ambition in the volatile world of Ottoman politics. In conclusion, Ibrahim Pasha's military campaigns and triumphs were a cornerstone of the Ottoman Empire's golden age. His strategic vision, innovative tactics, and unwavering dedication to the empire's expansion and security cemented his legacy as one of the most influential figures in Ottoman history. Despite his tragic end, his contributions to the empire's military and political success remain a testament to his extraordinary leadership and enduring impact. Ibrahim Pasha's tenure as Grand Vizier was marked by monumental successes, but it also brought about challenges and controversies that eventually became a turning point in his illustrious career. His exceptional rise, unparalleled achievements, and close relationship with Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent earned him both admiration and enmity. While his vision and leadership transformed the Ottoman Empire, they also created an atmosphere of jealousy, suspicion, and political intrigue at court. These tensions culminated in a tragic turning point that reshaped not only Ibrahim's destiny but also the future of the empire. One of the major challenges Ibrahim faced was balancing his immense power with the delicate dynamics of the Ottoman court. As Grand Vizier, he wielded unprecedented influence, often acting as the de facto ruler while Suleiman focused on his military campaigns and artistic pursuits. This dual role, while efficient in governing the empire, began to blur the lines between loyalty and ambition. His titles, including the prestigious Saraskar Sultan, signifying his military and political authority, raised eyebrows among courtiers and bureaucrats who perceived him as overstepping his boundaries. Ibrahim's diplomatic and military achievements, which brought glory to the empire, also fueled resentment. His negotiations with European powers, particularly during the Franco-Ottoman alliance, showcased his astuteness but drew criticism from conservative factions who questioned the wisdom of aligning with Christian rulers. Critics accused him of compromising Islamic values for political gain, a narrative that his rivals at court eagerly amplified to undermine him. Adding to the tension was Ibrahim's penchant for opulence. His palatial residence in Istanbul, famously referred to as the Palace of Ibrahim Pasha, symbolized his unparalleled wealth and power. Lavishly decorated and larger than life, it stood as a testament to his influence but also as a point of contention among his detractors. They viewed his lifestyle as unbecoming of a servant of the Sultan and as a stark contrast to the humility traditionally associated with Ottoman statesmen. The turning point began to take shape as personal relationships at court became increasingly strained. While Ibrahim's bond with Suleiman was built on mutual trust and shared ideals, it faced its first cracks due to the influence of Hurrem Sultan, Suleiman's beloved wife. Hurrem, known for her intelligence and political acumen, became a central figure in court intrigues. Her rivalry with Ibrahim, driven by conflicting interests, gradually eroded his standing with the Sultan. Hurrem's motives were complex and multifaceted. As a mother, she sought to secure her children's future by eliminating potential threats to their succession. Ibrahim, with his immense power and close ties to Suleiman, was perceived as an obstacle to her ambitions. Her strategic maneuvering and alliances with other influential figures at court enabled her to subtly plant doubts in Suleiman's mind about Ibrahim's loyalty and intentions. The strain on Ibrahim's relationship with Suleiman deepened during the Ottoman campaign in Persia. While Ibrahim achieved significant military successes, his unilateral decision-making and perceived arrogance sparked criticism. His use of the title, Sultan Ibrahim, during the campaign was particularly controversial. Although it may have been intended as a symbolic gesture, it was interpreted by many as a sign of his growing ambition and a challenge to Suleiman's authority. This incident marked a pivotal moment in their relationship, as Suleiman began to view Ibrahim's actions through a lens of suspicion. Compounding these issues were external pressures on the empire. The Habsburgs, Safavids, and internal revolts required constant vigilance and strategic planning. Ibrahim's unwavering focus on these challenges sometimes came at the expense of nurturing his relationships at court. His growing isolation left him vulnerable to the machinations of his rivals, who capitalized on his vulnerabilities to undermine his influence. The culmination of these tensions occurred in 1536 when Suleiman made the fateful decision to have Ibrahim executed. The exact circumstances surrounding this decision remain shrouded in mystery, but historical accounts suggest that it was the result of a combination of personal grievances, political intrigues, and Ibrahim's perceived overreach. Suleiman's order to execute his closest confidant was a deeply emotional and painful choice, reflecting the complexities of their relationship and the weight of political necessity. Ibrahim's execution marked a turning point for the Ottoman Empire. While it eliminated a potential source of instability, it also left a void in the administration that was difficult to fill. His unparalleled skills as a diplomat, strategist, and administrator had been integral to the empire's success, and his absence created challenges that reverberated for years to come. The aftermath of Ibrahim's death highlighted the fragility of power and the dangers of court politics in the Ottoman Empire. It served as a stark reminder that even the most brilliant and loyal servants could fall victim to the intricate web of intrigues that defined the imperial court. Suleiman, who mourned Ibrahim deeply, reportedly regretted his decision, recognizing the loss of a trusted advisor and friend who had played an indispensable role in shaping the empire's golden age. In retrospect, Ibrahim's rise and fall encapsulate the complexities of Ottoman politics and the delicate balance between ambition and loyalty. His legacy, while overshadowed by his tragic end, remains a testament to his extraordinary contributions to the Ottoman Empire and a cautionary tale about the perils of power in a world defined by shifting alliances and relentless ambition. Ibrahim Pasha's downfall is one of the most poignant and controversial episodes in Ottoman history. The man who rose from humble origins to become Sultan Suleiman's closest confidant and the empire's Grand Vizier was ultimately betrayed by the very power structure he helped solidify. His trial and execution not only shocked the Ottoman court but also left a scar on Sultan Suleiman, who ordered the death of his trusted friend and brother-in-law. This tragic event was the culmination of political intrigue, personal rivalries, and the perils of unchecked ambition. As Ibrahim's influence grew, so too did the jealousy and animosity of his rivals. His appointment as Grand Vizier had already set him apart from his peers, but his additional titles and his unprecedented access to Suleiman created a perception that he had overstepped his role as a servant of the Sultan. The court, ever rife with intrigue, became a breeding ground for whispers and conspiracies. Many felt that Ibrahim's power had become disproportionate and his authority unchecked, making him a threat to the established hierarchy. The first major blow to Ibrahim's position came from Hurrem Sultan, Suleiman's wife and a master tactician in her own right. Her growing influence in the court made her a formidable rival to Ibrahim, whose staunch loyalty to Suleiman often clashed with Hurrem's ambitions. As a mother fiercely protective of her children's future, Hurrem viewed Ibrahim as a potential threat to her son's claim to the throne. While there is little evidence to suggest Ibrahim posed a direct challenge, Hurrem's strategic alliances with other court figures enabled her to subtly undermine him. One of the pivotal moments in Ibrahim's downfall was his decision to adopt the title of Saraskar Sultan during the Ottoman campaign against the Safavids. While this title underscored his role as the supreme military commander, it also created controversy. Many viewed it as a challenge to Suleiman's supreme authority, a symbolic gesture that blurred the lines between servant and ruler. This incident planted seeds of doubt in Suleiman's mind about Ibrahim's loyalty, a doubt that would later be exploited by Ibrahim's enemies. Ibrahim's execution was also influenced by his lavish lifestyle and perceived arrogance. His palace, larger and more opulent than many royal residences, became a symbol of excess. While Ibrahim's wealth and grandeur were seen as a reflection of Ottoman prosperity under his leadership, they also fueled resentment among courtiers and bureaucrats who viewed his lifestyle as unbecoming of a servant of the Sultan. This perception, combined with his increasing isolation from Suleiman, made him an easy target for those seeking to remove him. The final act of Ibrahim's life began to unfold when Suleiman summoned him for what seemed to be a routine meeting in 1536. Historical accounts suggest that Ibrahim had no knowledge of what awaited him, a testament to the trust he still placed in Suleiman. That night, he was invited to dine with the Sultan in Topkapi Palace, a ritual they had shared countless times. However, this meal was unlike any other. After their conversation ended, Ibrahim retired to his chambers, only to be awakened by executioners. The orders had come directly from Suleiman, who, according to some accounts, had been persuaded by Hurrem and other rivals of Ibrahim. Strangled with a silken cord, the traditional method of execution for Ottoman officials, Ibrahim met his end in silence. The act was swift, yet its reverberations were profound, leaving a permanent mark on the empire and its ruler. The reasons for Ibrahim's execution remain a topic of debate among historians. Some argue that it was purely a political decision, a necessary move to eliminate a figure whose power had grown too great. Others suggest it was the result of court intrigues, particularly Hurrem's influence, combined with Ibrahim's own missteps, such as his controversial titles and perceived arrogance. Whatever the case, Suleiman's decision to execute Ibrahim was not taken lightly. Evidence suggests that Suleiman was deeply affected by Ibrahim's death. Reports from the time describe the Sultan as visibly grieving, retreating into solitude to process the loss. It is said that Suleiman later regretted his decision, lamenting the loss of a man who had been not only his most trusted advisor but also his closest friend. Ibrahim's death marked a turning point in Suleiman's reign, signaling the end of an era of camaraderie and mutual trust that had defined their partnership. Ibrahim's execution also had significant consequences for the Ottoman Empire. His unparalleled skills as a diplomat, strategist, and administrator had been instrumental in the empire's success. Without his guidance, the empire faced challenges in maintaining its momentum. While Suleiman continued to achieve military and administrative successes, the absence of Ibrahim's stabilizing influence was keenly felt. The court, too, was altered by Ibrahim's death. His execution served as a reminder of the fragility of power in the Ottoman hierarchy, where even the most trusted and accomplished figures could fall victim to intrigue and suspicion. It also emboldened rivals and factions within the court, setting a precedent for political maneuvering that would shape the empire's internal dynamics in the years to come. In retrospect, Ibrahim's downfall underscores the complexities of power and loyalty in the Ottoman Empire. His rise and fall reflect the delicate balance between ambition and humility, trust and suspicion, and the personal and political dimensions of leadership. For Suleiman, the decision to execute Ibrahim was undoubtedly one of the most difficult of his reign, a moment that tested his resolve as both a ruler and a man. Ibrahim Pasha's legacy, while overshadowed by his tragic end, remains a testament to his extraordinary contributions to the Ottoman Empire. His vision and leadership helped shape the empire's golden age, and his downfall serves as a cautionary tale about the perils of unchecked power and the vulnerabilities of even the most trusted advisors in a world defined by ambition and intrigue. Ibrahim Pasha's death left a void that was deeply felt across the Ottoman Empire, from the corridors of Topkapi Palace to the distant provinces that had benefited from his governance and military strategies. His execution marked not only the end of a remarkable career but also a turning point in the reign of Sultan Suleiman. The aftermath of Ibrahim's death was marked by political, administrative, and emotional consequences that rippled through the empire for years to come. One of the immediate impacts was on the administrative efficiency of the Ottoman state. Ibrahim had been a visionary leader whose reforms and strategic decisions had streamlined governance. His expertise in managing state affairs, especially his ability to balance the complex interplay of military campaigns, diplomacy, and internal administration, was unparalleled. After his death, the empire struggled to maintain the same level of efficiency. His successors, while competent, could not match Ibrahim's unique combination of intellect, experience, and unwavering loyalty to Suleiman. In the realm of foreign relations, Ibrahim's absence was keenly felt. Known as the architect of Ottoman diplomacy, he had cultivated relationships with European powers, skillfully navigating the intricacies of international politics. His treaties with France and negotiations with the Safavids were instrumental in securing Ottoman interests. With Ibrahim gone, the empire's diplomatic edge weakened, and maintaining these relationships became increasingly challenging. His ability to foresee and preempt diplomatic crises was sorely missed, leading to a period of uncertainty in the empire's foreign affairs. The military also felt the repercussions of Ibrahim's death. As a commander, he had led numerous successful campaigns, expanding Ottoman territories and solidifying their dominance in key regions. His strategic brilliance and ability to inspire loyalty among soldiers were crucial to the empire's military success. Following his execution, the military lacked a leader of his caliber, and the cohesion he had fostered began to waver. While the Ottoman army remained a formidable force, the loss of Ibrahim's leadership was evident in the challenges they faced in subsequent campaigns. Suleiman himself was profoundly affected by Ibrahim's death. Historical accounts suggest that the Sultan was haunted by guilt and regret over the decision to execute his closest friend and advisor. The bond between Suleiman and Ibrahim had been one of mutual respect and camaraderie, forged over years of shared victories and challenges. For Suleiman, the loss of Ibrahim was not just a political or administrative setback but a deeply personal tragedy. It is said that Suleiman's demeanor changed after Ibrahim's execution. The Sultan, once known for his wisdom and balance, became more introspective and less trusting of those around him. The court, which had once thrived under the stability provided by Ibrahim's leadership, became a place of heightened intrigue and factionalism. Suleiman's decision to listen to those who sought Ibrahim's downfall created a precedent that emboldened rivals and sowed seeds of discord within the court. Ibrahim's death also had a profound impact on the broader perception of justice and loyalty in the Ottoman Empire. His execution, ordered by the Sultan himself, sent shockwaves through the empire, serving as a grim reminder of the precariousness of power. Even the most loyal and accomplished servants of the state were not immune to the perils of court politics. This realization created an atmosphere of caution and suspicion among the empire's administrators and officials, who now had to navigate their roles with greater care. From a historical perspective, the decision to execute Ibrahim remains a subject of debate. Some argue that Suleiman's actions were justified, given the perception that Ibrahim's power had grown unchecked and that his actions, such as adopting the title, Saraskar Sultan, bordered on overreach. Others contend that Ibrahim's execution was a tragic mistake, driven more by court intrigues and personal rivalries than by genuine concerns about his loyalty. Regardless of the motivations, the loss of Ibrahim had tangible consequences for the Ottoman Empire. His vision and leadership had been instrumental in shaping the empire's golden age, and his absence left a gap that was difficult to fill. The administrative and military setbacks that followed his death underscore the extent of his contributions to the empire. On a more personal level, Suleiman's relationship with Ibrahim serves as a poignant reminder of the complexities of power and friendship. The Sultan's regret over Ibrahim's death is evident in his later years, as he became increasingly isolated and introspective. Suleiman's enduring grief over the loss of his closest confidant is a testament to the depth of their bond and the weight of the decision he made. In retrospect, the execution of Ibrahim Pasha was a turning point in Ottoman history, marking the end of an era defined by vision, ambition, and loyalty. His life and legacy continue to be remembered as a testament to the heights that can be achieved through dedication and brilliance, as well as a cautionary tale about the fragility of power in a world governed by intrigue and ambition. The aftermath of his death, with its far-reaching consequences, underscores the profound impact that one individual can have on the course of history. Legacy of Ibrahim Pasha. Ibrahim Pasha's legacy is one of brilliance, complexity, and controversy. His remarkable rise from a humble background to the pinnacle of Ottoman power as Grand Vizier under Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent represents the extraordinary potential of the Ottoman meritocratic system. Yet, his tragic downfall and execution also reflect the precarious nature of power and the dangers of political intrigue within the Ottoman court. Ibrahim's contributions to the Ottoman Empire are unparalleled in many respects. As Grand Vizier, he was a visionary statesman who redefined the role, serving not merely as an administrator but as an active architect of the empire's growth. His leadership and reformative zeal ushered in significant advancements in governance, diplomacy, military strategy, and cultural patronage, leaving an indelible mark on the empire's golden age. One of Ibrahim's most enduring legacies lies in his administrative reforms. His tenure as Grand Vizier was marked by an emphasis on efficiency and centralization. Ibrahim streamlined bureaucratic processes, introduced stricter financial controls, and worked to ensure that provincial governors adhered to the Sultan's policies. These measures strengthened the central authority of the Ottoman government, laying the groundwork for sustained stability and growth during Suleiman's reign. In diplomacy, Ibrahim's legacy is equally significant. He was instrumental in forging alliances and securing the empire's position on the international stage. His negotiations with France, which led to the Franco-Ottoman alliance, demonstrated his understanding of the balance of power in Europe. This partnership provided the Ottomans with a valuable ally against the Habsburgs and secured trade privileges that enriched the empire's coffers. Ibrahim's diplomatic acumen set a standard for future Ottoman statesmen, earning him the moniker, Architect of Ottoman Diplomacy. Ibrahim's military legacy is defined by his strategic brilliance and unwavering loyalty to the Sultan. As a commander, he played a pivotal role in several key campaigns, including the conquest of Rhodes and successful campaigns in Hungary. His ability to adapt to changing circumstances and his deep understanding of military logistics contributed significantly to the Ottoman Empire's territorial expansion. Under his leadership, the Ottoman military reached new heights, reinforcing its reputation as one of the most formidable forces in the world. Beyond his political and military achievements, Ibrahim Pasha was a patron of the arts and culture, embodying the Renaissance spirit of the Ottoman Golden Age. He supported poets, architects, and scholars, fostering an environment in which cultural and intellectual pursuits thrived. His contributions to the development of Istanbul as a cultural hub are still evident today, with many architectural landmarks bearing witness to the era he helped shape. However, Ibrahim's legacy is not without its controversies. His unprecedented power and influence, coupled with his close relationship with Sultan Suleiman, earned him admiration but also resentment within the court. His assumption of the title, Saraskar Sultan, and his bold display of autonomy during diplomatic missions sparked accusations of overreach. These actions, whether intentional or perceived as such, fueled suspicions that he was attempting to rival Suleiman's authority. While there is little evidence to suggest that Ibrahim harbored such ambitions, the perception alone was enough to seal his fate in a court rife with intrigue. The question of whether Ibrahim's execution was justified remains a contentious one among historians. Some argue that his growing power posed a genuine threat to Suleiman's authority, necessitating his removal. Others contend that his execution was the result of court politics, jealousy, and manipulation by rivals who sought to eliminate a powerful figure. Regardless of the motivations, Ibrahim's death marked a turning point in Suleiman's reign and the history of the Ottoman Empire. Ibrahim's legacy also serves as a cautionary tale about the fragility of power and the complexities of loyalty and friendship. His close bond with Suleiman, which had been the foundation of his rise, became a double-edged sword. While it gave him unparalleled access and influence, it also made him vulnerable to the shifting dynamics of the court. The Sultan's decision to execute Ibrahim, despite their deep friendship, highlights the often ruthless nature of Ottoman politics and the difficult choices faced by those in power. The loss of Ibrahim Pasha had far-reaching consequences for the Ottoman Empire. His death created a void in leadership that was difficult to fill. Subsequent Grand Viziers, though capable, lacked Ibrahim's unique combination of vision, intellect, and loyalty. The absence of his steady hand in governance and military affairs contributed to a period of uncertainty, and some historians argue that the Ottoman Empire never fully recovered the momentum it had during his tenure. For Sultan Suleiman, the execution of Ibrahim was a source of lasting regret. Historical accounts suggest that the Sultan was deeply affected by the decision, which haunted him for the rest of his life. Suleiman's demeanor changed in the years following Ibrahim's death, becoming more introspective and cautious. This personal tragedy not only shaped the Sultan's later reign but also underscored the human cost of political decisions in an era of absolute power. In modern times, Ibrahim Pasha's life and legacy continue to be a subject of fascination and study. He is remembered as a man of extraordinary talent and ambition, whose contributions to the Ottoman Empire were instrumental in its rise as a global power. His story, marked by triumph and tragedy, serves as a powerful reminder of the complexities of leadership and the intricate interplay of loyalty, ambition, and power. Ibrahim's legacy is also a reflection of the broader dynamics of the Ottoman Empire, an entity defined by its ability to integrate diverse talents and perspectives into a cohesive whole. As a Greek-born slave who rose to become the Grand Vizier of one of the most powerful empires in history, Ibrahim embodies the Ottoman ideal of meritocracy and the transformative potential of its system. Ultimately, Ibrahim Pasha's life is a testament to the heights that can be achieved through vision, dedication, and service, as well as a sobering reminder of the perils of power in a world shaped by ambition and intrigue. His legacy, though complex, remains an integral part of the story of the Ottoman Empire and its golden age. Ibrahim Pasha's life story is a powerful reflection of the complexities of loyalty, power, and ambition within the context of the Ottoman Empire. His rise from humble beginnings to become one of the most influential figures in Ottoman history exemplifies the empire's meritocratic nature, where talent, intellect, and dedication could lead to extraordinary success. However, his tragic downfall serves as a stark reminder of how the pursuit of power, even with the best intentions, can lead to unforeseen consequences. At the core of Ibrahim Pasha's life was his deep and unwavering loyalty to Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent, his close friend and mentor. Their bond, which began in their early years, was rooted in trust and mutual respect. Ibrahim's dedication to Suleiman went beyond mere duty. It was driven by personal loyalty and admiration for the Sultan's leadership and vision for the Ottoman Empire. In many ways, Ibrahim's rise to power was a direct result of this loyalty, as he helped strengthen the Sultan's reign through military and diplomatic victories. However, the very same loyalty that had propelled Ibrahim to the highest echelons of Ottoman society also became the catalyst for his tragic end. In a court full of intrigue, envy, and competition, Ibrahim's unmatched power and influence inevitably sparked resentment among rivals. The perception that Ibrahim was becoming too powerful, or even attempting to rival the Sultan, led to the court's growing unease. Despite his loyalty to Suleiman, Ibrahim's prominence became a double-edged sword, as it threatened the delicate balance of power within the royal court. The ultimate decision to execute Ibrahim Pasha, despite their deep friendship, reflects the harsh realities of power in the Ottoman court. It illustrates the fragile nature of loyalty and the dangerous intersection of ambition and friendship. The Sultan, burdened with the weight of maintaining authority, had no choice but to act decisively, even if it meant sacrificing someone he held dear. The execution was not just the fall of an individual but also the end of an era of close collaboration between the Sultan and his trusted vizier. The power dynamics within the Ottoman Empire would never be the same, and Suleiman would be haunted by the decision for the rest of his life. Ibrahim's death left a void in the empire. His leadership, vision, and experience were irreplaceable, and the loss was keenly felt. The empire, which had flourished under Ibrahim's guidance, found itself in a period of uncertainty. His absence contributed to a weakening of the governance structure, and the Ottoman Empire, despite its continued success, never regained the same momentum it had during Ibrahim's tenure. While his successors were competent, none could match his unique combination of strategic genius, diplomatic finesse, and administrative prowess. Yet, Ibrahim's legacy is not solely defined by his downfall. His contributions to the Ottoman Empire, particularly in terms of military achievements, administrative reforms, and diplomacy, were invaluable. His efforts helped expand the empire's borders, secure alliances, and strengthen its internal structure. Ibrahim Pasha's reforms in the military and administration laid the foundation for the continued success of the empire during the zenith of the Ottoman age. His role in the Franco-Ottoman alliance, which shifted the power balance in Europe, exemplifies his diplomatic brilliance. In the broader scope of Ottoman history, Ibrahim's life also highlights the delicate balance between loyalty to the ruler and the pursuit of personal ambition. His story is a cautionary tale about the perils of accumulating too much power in a system that values loyalty above all else. Despite his loyalty to the Sultan, Ibrahim's success and influence ultimately made him a threat to the very stability he helped build. In this sense, his tragic end underscores the complexities of loyalty within the framework of absolute power. The Sultan's actions, although harsh, were a manifestation of the delicate balance between maintaining loyalty and preserving control in a world of political maneuvering. Ibrahim Pasha's story also underscores the vulnerability of powerful figures in any empire or political system. It reveals that, even with exceptional talents and devotion, individuals can be undone by the machinations of rivals, the insecurities of the powerful, and the unpredictability of court politics. His life serves as a poignant reminder that power, while it may offer temporary rewards, comes with its own set of risks and consequences. The tragedy of Ibrahim Pasha is not just about his execution but about the broader lesson that loyalty and ambition must be carefully balanced, especially when one's power can create enemies within even the most trusted circles. As we reflect on Ibrahim Pasha's life, we are reminded of the volatile nature of power, the fragility of relationships, and the often turbulent path that ambitious individuals must walk. His story, filled with both triumph and tragedy, serves as a timeless example of the dangers of unchecked power, the complexities of loyalty, and the unpredictable nature of history itself. In the end, Ibrahim Pasha's life and death offer valuable insights into the intricacies of leadership, the costs of ambition, and the deep consequences of the choices made by those who wield power. His legacy continues to inspire debate and reflection, ensuring that his story remains a critical part of Ottoman history.